Hello and welcome to what are we in? We're in the late models. That's right. I've almost said street stock. We're in the late models at Langley. Uh, now that I have the actual car correct, um, did some practice and I was feeling a little off. I'm still trying to learn this car a little bit. I've only done a couple races in it, obviously, so still kind of new to it.
Exit's clear.
And missing a little bit of speed. Not too bad though. Unfortunate thing is I am the #1 car, so iRacing's gonna think that we shouldn't be missing a little bit of speed.
Okay, here comes your third
Don't
time black.
don't think I'm gonna be able to hold up the end of the bargain for him. Get that #1 spot, but you know what? I'm gonna try my best here. See what we can do.
One more lap.
At least that was an all-time best.
You're in pole.
I was kind of watching the guy who was fastest in the open practice beforehand and watching the line they took. Looks like they hold it pretty good on that. Hey, that was 2 personal bests. Nice. They hold it pretty close to that yellow line down there. That's kind of where I'm trying to
It's over.
put my car. It actually looks like they take a shallower entry, or at least the person I watched took a shallower entry into one, like down here, which was very interesting. And I'm wondering if I can save time by doing that. Maybe I should have been doing that before already. Not so sure. But also that seems like that would probably be harder on the tires, right? Coming down there. And from what I understand, tires are a thing in these late models. So, to watch out for that. One thing I'm also getting used to is, you can get on the throttle a lot more than you would in other cars. Not only because it doesn't quite break loose as much because it's so underpowered, but you don't go out to the wall quite as much like that. Kind of get on it a little bit harder than I'm expecting, and I feel like I'm leaving some time on the table. But then again, maybe being easier on the throttle and exit's also nice for the tires. So maybe that's not such a bad habit to have in the first place. But I think right about now my tires are probably getting worn enough that I'm not going to be able to hit my fastest laps anymore. Other than the fact I'm missing my marks all of a sudden, so... and consistency is probably going to be key. Probably going to be wanting to be more consistent. Don't want to make those mistakes that allow someone to get under me. Hopefully it's a clean one. The late model races I've had so far have been good. But I know it's tempting on these short tracks for guys to dive it in there and cause havoc. So I'm going to watch out for it. I've got my brake bias all the way back. And I got my steering ratio on the most responsive. But for better or for worse. I'm just, it feels good to have it turning in as much as possible, even though it's probably bad for the tires. Well, hey, that's 96.96. That's not bad. Not sure how that would wear over time. It's not bad at all. Right now, we are P3. That's pretty good. I managed to actually tie with the person in second. At least to the, what's that, tenths, hundred thousandths of a second mark. They must have me on 10,000ths, though. The part you can't see. Another tie. Wow, that's very cool. That's very cool. We got 296, and then 314. They're all, we got a couple of ties near the top. That's funny. Probably going to be some really closely contested racing then. That's fun. It looks like we've got everyone ready except for the people that are not here, including the 4. The 4 is not here, so that's one person that probably could have beat us that's not shown up yet, or might not at all. And then that 13 has not shown up as well, and they would have been the highest number. I do believe it has split at least once. I wasn't keeping track very closely on how many people signed up, but fairly decent enough. I'm actually off work today, so I could race not at 2 a.m., which is nice. And in about 10 seconds or so, we will have that race underway. Well, you know, pace laps. Like I said, got steering ratio all the way down, brake balance all the way down,
That's the end of
and
the
it's
session.
working for me.
P3.
It's working just fine. At least while I was practicing, it was. Trying to keep conscious of the fact I've got the steering
You'll be
ratio way
lining up
down.
on the inside.
So
Pit
I'm
road
using
is
the
closed.
brakes a little bit to get it turned rather than just yanking the wheel. It's always something to think about. We'll get all this ready in case we have to take that fast repair. Hopefully not. And it's a 45 lap race with 16-second laps. So that's should be pretty quick, I think, right? Yeah, pretty quick race, I think. Looking forward to it. The races I've had so far have been pretty fun. We'll see how it works out here. I saw Gavin uploaded his race, and I kind of watched the first couple laps to see where he was braking and how it was kind of looking real quick. But this race was going off, and I didn't want to miss it. So I want to get back and watch that, of course. I try to never miss a video from either him or Nick. Always
45
keeping up.
laps. The track
Lots of fun to
tempo
watch
is
those.
103 Fahrenheit.
And maybe I should have watched the whole thing first of Gavin's upload of this.
Follow car number
Probably would have
5
learned some
in
more.
the inside lane.
But like I said, didn't want to miss the start time. So we are P3. That's cool because we're going to be on the inside. And we're also going to get a good view of the leader to get our jump. So that's good. Is this a first gear start is the question. Is heating up the brakes a thing? That's another question. Guess I'll start doing it a little bit. Definitely going to want the brakes to be working well. Kind of looks like a first gear start to me.
One left to green.
A bit of a quick, excuse me. A bit of a quick shift. But it looks like it might be right about where we want to be. Hanging back from the pace car a decent bit here. That suggests to me like it might go pretty early. Or that's what they want us to think.
Get ready. Going green.
Okay,
pace
Colton,
car
here
is
we
in.
go.
Maybe a
Green,
second.
green, green.
That's fine. Trying to hit my marks, not do anything too wild. Got my all-time best up for now. And I would say that I would probably want to put it at last lap eventually. But I don't think I'm going to have any time to reach over and change it. So we'll just be watching our lap times fall off, I guess, as time goes on.
That's the fastest lap of the race.
So we've found ourselves in third here. Not able to get the jump on the second place guy. Didn't quite expect to be able to. They did a good job of getting down to the bottom. Now just trying to hold on to this thing and hit my marks. Consistent. Get some laps in. Hopefully not grip the wheel too tight and hurt my arms, as I usually do. We are being hounded from behind. I have to keep an eye on that. Try not to slip up. If we do, that's how they're going to get it to our inside. Got loose there.
Okay, Colton, your lap times are pretty consistent.
Almost got too tight into the wall there. Now I'm missing my mark again. Got too low. Alright, be consistent. Be consistent.
That lap time was 16.4.
Ooh. Man, my arms are going to be tired by the end of this one, I can already tell. Even though I'm telling myself try to be a little bit more loose on my grip. This is just tough racing all the time, man. It's just how it is. These short track races always leave me so tense. Just trying to control that bottom line. So that's where you want to be, obviously. Catching up to this blue and orange guy, I'm gonna have to keep an eye on where he is. Not sure how we pass though, unless he makes a mistake. Probably just don't. Slips up a little there. Maybe we can pressure him into making said mistake. I've got a little sideways there, maybe. Saw that. Kind of getting held up a little bit now. Hope the guy behind doesn't decide that they do not want to be held up.
You've just done a 16.6.
Okay, we are cutting really low on exit now. It's throwing me off a little bit. I have the nose. You're like slamming on the brakes on exit now. I'm trying to get in there.
Your last lap time was
Happening yet, though.
16.6.
He's in the outside wall pretty hard, so we will get the
Clear
spot.
outside. Clear.
Nice. Alright. Just had to wait for that mistake. I'm almost doing the same thing he did now.
Okay, you're in second.
I gotta be careful not to overdrive it. Kind of lost my rhythm here for a second. Okay, focus, focus, focus. It's getting tight. Maybe I've been overdriving it. Maybe I'm under braking. I get in a bad habit of not getting on the brakes hard enough. As a run goes on, I kind of lose my touch for it. Sorry, adjusting my wheel again. I tend to pull it off the desk as the race goes on.
P2, the gap in front is now 0.8. That lap was a 16.7.
Got room behind, that's nice. And think about what I'm doing a little bit more. Not a ton of room, but, you know, it's short track. So you're never going to get all that much room. I need to be smoother through the corner. Yeah, I'm just not feeling as comfortable as I need to be in this car.
Half distance, fuel looks good. The lap time was at 16.6.
Gas too hard. Basically, like, self-auditing myself as I'm driving. And thinking about what I'm doing right and wrong and trying to adjust each lap. So that way I can fine-tune what I'm doing. We got the guy coming up behind us now. gonna get us. I'm falling off too bad.
Car inside. Clear. Car
Let's get the
inside.
nose on us.
Stay high. There's a car on the low side.
P3, that was a 17.0.
Stay high. There's
You're
a
gonna
car
get
on the low side.
trained a little bit.
Still there. Hold your
Let him
line.
go, because we're obviously not going to fight him off on the outside and don't want us to lose any more time. So couldn't hold on to second. Probably overdrove the right front or whatever. Both tires probably. The fatigue is so real too, at least for me. Trying to wheel this thing around. Get dizzy. Is it?
That lap was a 16.9. P4, the gap to Newell ahead is now 0.8.
Ooh, two of them had a slip up there.
That lap was a 16.7.
It's getting pretty tight on exit, that's what I'm feeling. Lap traffic here. Hopefully we don't catch them in a bad spot.
Car outside. Outside.
Been worse, I guess.
Car outside. Outside.
No, that was pretty bad actually. I was hoping he'd back off, but I don't think he did. I had to keep it low, even though I had to kind of dive it in there. And that made my corner pretty bad.
The gap to Newell in front is now 0.8.
Using that apron on exit. Thinking about it, but I'm also pretty nervous to try that because I haven't really done that. And, I don't know. That just worries me.
Great job. 10 to go.
Oh my god, my hands hurt. Top 5 would be pretty nice though. Can't expect too much here.
Time was 16.8.
Get a new car. Hey. Short track racing. Not my dealio, so. Definitely lost a ton of
Time
pace.
was 16.8.
So. I gotta learn to be smoother.
Newell ahead is now
Keep the
1.0.
tires happy. Don't overdrive it so much, probably. All those things. Two's catching the 5 though, it looks like. They're getting pretty close. This might get exciting near the end for the lead.
You've just done a 16.8.
Whew, hands, man. Try to complain so much, but me, like, really make an effort not to grip the wheel so tight. Find out if it makes me immediately crash.
You've just done a 16.9.
I'm losing a ton on exit. Ooh, 3. Sliding. B, almost hitting the wall.
5 laps to go.
Will we get a bump and run for the win, perhaps?
The gap to Newell ahead is now 1.1.
Plenty good behind us, so that's good. We don't have to worry about the bump and run for 4th. 'Cause it will happen. People bumping and running for 23rd, usually, so always expect it. I just have lost all pace. Need to figure out how to do long runs in this car.
The gap
That
to
brake more,
Newell in
that's probably
front
what I
is
need.
now 1.1.
2 more.
Brake
let's
more,
go.
be more patient on the throttle. Probably all things I need to be doing.
Last lap was a 16.8.
White flag, white flag.
Flag! What are we going to see ahead of us?
That was a 16.8.
We get the bumper. I see smoke. But it looks like they held on. Alright.
P4, that's the end of the race. Bad luck, mate.
There's the flag. It's over. Good job. Very good job.
Good race, good win.
Thanks, bro.
Sure that there's no one around me, so I can pull it over. Get out of the winner circle
the
area.
race is over. Bring it on in.
Alright. Ow, my hands. Okay. 4th place. I'm cool with that. I know I'm the number 1. I'm also in a late model, and I didn't even remember what it was called when I started this recording, so... that tells you anything. Thanks, all caps. I don't know why I'm saying that, but... Let's see, who got into who. Let me see my lap times, too. Best lap was 16.3 on lap 3. 16.7, 16.8, 16.9 near the end. So yeah, we're off by about 4/10. Excuse me, by the end of this one. But even that out a little bit. Maybe keep pace. 80-81. So I'm probably just being bad to both right sides. 12 kind of turns it down into the 2 there and spins himself. Looks like. But they were a lap car. Looks like 7 after avoiding that wreck, maybe. Yes, avoiding the wreck, gets down under the apron. And the 6 probably doesn't know he's there. Or maybe he does, and I don't know. I don't think the 6, or the 7 rather, needed to come up that much. It's just 2 guys that probably didn't know where the other guy was on the track. Baby, tiny itty bitty wall tap. 11 doing a slide job. 8 with crossover and the spin. That didn't really work out. Okay, this is interesting. So, I assume they're battling for a long time. 11's probably frustrated with him holding on to the outside, so he's like, I just gotta clear him now, or we're gonna waste all their tire, or whatever. So he slide jobs him, and the 8 crosses under. And then they're fine, and then the 8 looked like they were just still out of sorts. Eventually came up and got the 11. 3 wall tap. 2, they knew how to save their tires, I think. They almost went up and won it after starting farther back. Yeah, they started 7th. They gained a lot this race. Probably more than anyone else, if I had to guess. This guy gains 3. This guy gains 2. Yeah, they gained a solid 5 spots, that is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. And that included us, and they almost got themselves the win, so they knew how to get it done in the long term. They look like they're just being more gentle, more consistent. Probably what I need to be trying to do. So instead of a 80-81 or whatever I had, probably have a handful more percentage on it. This is the 9 coming up and getting the wall. That's what allows us to go around. I hope I didn't pressure him in an inconsiderate way or anything to make him do that. I know I was racing him pretty close, trying to get the nose on him, but nah, I think he just got loose on the apron there maybe a little bit and then ended up in the wall. So, maybe I pressured him, but nothing that was my fault. Just, I just had him thinking, maybe. In the rearview mirror. Again, getting loose there. Then, just some wall hits. And 11 both having their fair share of wall hits this race. 8 keeps getting loose on the exit. Which is interesting. Not too much else we're seeing, I guess. See just wall hits. Ooh, is this gonna be payback? 11 got wrecked by the 8 earlier. I don't think it was intentional. Looked like the 8 got loose, but I don't think the 11 cares. I think the 11 is ready to come get him. And the 8 maybe knows it, and that's why he's driving it so hard. So there they go. Give him the old taparoo. Now he got his message across. Is he going to wait back and slow him down even more? Doesn't look like it at the moment. I don't think the 8 needs any help. It looks like they're having enough struggles controlling it as is. I think I remember seeing this 3 do that slide. This is the guy I was chasing. I just had nothing left. I killed the tires. Gotta get that long run pace. Especially in a series that doesn't have cautions. What was that? Is this for... Oh, okay, the guy hits him. This is for position. So yes, we are getting people running into each other for spots that aren't first. Oh. Starts off with the 8 getting loose, though. He's like dirt tracking it around the corner, and then the 7's got the nose on him there. That seems fair enough. But the 8 comes and clobbers him. So I don't think that was necessary. Oh, that was the finish, too. That's how they finished the race. So I guess that's why they were being so aggressive. Who beat who? The 7 inches out the 8. So the 8 gives him a shot. And the 7's able to hold on to it long enough to finish in front of him. I wasn't sure because the 8 blinked out right at the end. He just blacks out. And then they give themselves some incident points for whatever, 7th place or whatever. And we had ourselves a clean top 5. Very okay with that. And I hope you enjoyed. Another pretty fun late model race. Not street stock race, like I tried to call it at the start. We beat the guy that we tied in qualifying. So that's kind of neat. I think it was the 9 was the one that hit the wall, wasn't he? Yeah. And we fell back a little bit because of long-term pace issues, but always learning. Gonna take it a little bit easier, a little smoother, I think, in the future. But for now, I will say see you later. I'm gonna go watch the rest of Gavin's video. Have a good one.